Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the AI Shift. The AI Shift is a weekly 15-minute strategy session designed for business owners who want clarity, not complexity. Whether you're stuck in tool overload, scattered workflows, or just unsure where to start, this is where strategy meets execution. It's designed to reset your week, sharpen your thinking, and turn AI from hype into help. Hi everyone, my name is Craig and it is very good to be with you today to present another edition of the AI Shift. And this week we're going to talk about when one AI agent isn't enough and how to design multi-agent workflows. And this is something most businesses run into but don't realize what's actually happening. They start with one AI system and expect it to handle everything: content, leads, follow-up, support, analysis, and at first it works. But then the situation, the pain that business owners, it works until it has to do everything. The system becomes overloaded, becomes slower, it's inconsistent, it gets harder to trust. You start seeing mixed outputs, conflicting decisions, things slipping through, and more overrides. And I'm smiling there because this is what we have experienced. And you probably have experienced it too as you've used AI more and more within your business. That's not an AI problem, though. It's not an AI problem. That's a design problem. You have one system with too many roles. You've got someone wearing as many hats as you, being your AI, to wear as many hats as you in one system. And we're going to address that today. But first, let's look at the myth we're busting. And the myth we're busting is that there's a common assumption there. If we just make the system smarter, it will handle more. So one smarter system can handle everything. So this is what we all do. And I put my hand up. We add more prompts. We add more rules. We add more conditions. Expand what it is responsible for. But what actually happens is the opposite. The more you pile into one system, the more fragile it becomes. And I think if you sat back and looked at something apart from AI in your business where you have piled more into it, you may have given one person more to do because they were good at this, we'll give them that, and then this, and then that, or one department can handle this, now that department can handle that. And why not give this department that because they're so good at this and that? It just becomes more fragile for that person, for that department, for your business. So we're going to address that today about how you look at this within your business. And the reality is scale doesn't come from one smarter system. It will come from multiple specialized systems working together. So the more one system does, the more fragile it becomes. You will get scale from structure. So it doesn't come from one system being smarter. It will come from multiple specialized systems working together. It's probably how you've structured your office, your company outside of AI. Now you're expecting AI to do it all in one system. And we're going to address that today. That's how every high-performing system works, from having multiple specialized systems working together. Not one person doing everything, a team with defined roles. Now let's look at the shift that you need to think about and apply to your business. Stop building one system that does everything. Stop building one system that does everything. You need to start designing multiple systems, multiple specialized systems. And that is multiple systems with each system having a single role. Just one single role. And each system then should know what it looks for, what decision it makes, what it is responsible for, what action it takes, and where it hands off to the next system. That is where how clarity will increase in your business and how complexity will decrease. So the model that we use and we work with here is we just think of it as a simple chain, or maybe you'd like to think of it as a pipeline or something where someone does something, or it could be it's a factory process for you, factory line. Think of it as a simple chain. Input, specialist, output, next specialist. So you have the input, you have a specialist, they generate an output, they hand it to a next specialist. So AI scales when the systems specialize. When each step is focused, when each system does one job well, together they create flow. So most workflows can be broken into 4 simple roles. Signal, and you'll see that terminology being used more and more, talking about signals with AI and so forth. Decisions, execution, review. So signal, decision, execution, review. Signal finds what matters. Decision applies the rules. Execution does the work, and review the feedback. AI scales when systems specialize. So let's make this work on an example for this for you. So that you can be clear. Let's make it practical. So for an example, lead handling. You might have had one single system where one AI system that you set up tries to qualify the lead, decide what to do, write the response, track the behavior, adjust the follow-up. Put my hand up, we've done that. That has too many roles, too many decisions, too much responsibility. That is where inconsistency will start. And if you've done that, you've seen it. You begin to trust, distrust, and question the outcomes. So what you need is a multi-agent system. So what you do, you split it. So agent 1, and whatever you have them doing, agent 1 will just score and filter the leads. That's it. One task, one specialized task, score and filter the leads. They hand their results off to agent 2, who decides the path. Does this go to sales? Is it a nurture lead, or we just ignore it or put it on the back burner? So agent 2 will then classify the lead for you. Agent 3 then gets from agent 2 all the different leads in the classification. They will execute the follow-up. What goes to the sales, what goes to the nurture, what goes to the back burner lead. Then agent 3 will hand over their work to agent 4, who will track the responses and flags anomalies. Same outcome, different architecture. Much more reliable and much easier for you when you want to assess how your workflow is working, because you can go back to each different agent to see what they're doing and why they're doing it and give the feedback to improve it. And you've split that structure into 4 agents that enable you to clearly identify where there's any problems. Instead of having one, you've now broken it down into 4. So this week's shift is just choose one workflow. We've got their messy workflow, but it's just one workflow. Split the roles. So look for a workflow that feels overloaded, inconsistent, you're not happy with the results. And then think about what roles are being forced into one system. Then split the roles into signal, decision, execution, review. So what they're looking for, how they allocate it, what they then do, and then review the performance. You don't need new tools. You just need a clearer, more defined structure and more defined roles. That's it. So, or you should be using a multi-agent pipeline. We call it a pipeline because you're going from this one to that one to that one. It's a manufacturing line. It's just how you split your agents down to be more clear, more clarity about what they do and what their outcomes are. So you don't scale AI by making one system stronger. You will scale AI by making systems work together, by letting them be more specialized and letting them work together. That's when AI will stop being just a tool, will stop being just an add-on to your business, and it starts becoming a multifaceted team for you. This is how you then start getting AI, building systems with AI, and start building teams within AI that will help you scale and build your business and be more responsive to what you need to do within your business. Thank you. That's us for this week. I hope you've got something from that. I hope we now will look back and try and break down one workflow into the different roles. Then either build your AI agents just to have one specialized role. And then you'll see some huge benefits that will suddenly explode what you do with your business. And I can tell you that's what we are doing, and we are very excited about what we're doing and what the outcomes are. But that's us for this week. I thank you for your time. Please leave us a note or a message or a comment below on what we need to add, improve, or talk about in future episodes so that we can improve our performance for you. Please take the time this week to look at one workflow, improve it, and get the most of it. But that's it for us for today. So until next week, I hope you have a very good week, a very good week.